This is what is the PDF given to you, clamp assembly details. Okay. Now we have to assemble. We have created, assume that we have created all the parts. So there are total 9 or some 8 or 9 parts are there, you can say. So now how these parts we have to assemble, nothing is mentioned nowhere. Okay, where which part fits where, which surface is coincident with other, which other surface, nothing is mentioned. But we have to look at the assembly. We have to look at the assembly and we have to understand which part fits where. So it's very easy, it's not rocket science, it's very easy and common sense that we can easily see that this shaft, this threaded shaft goes through this hinge, it goes through this hinge also. So that means the circular hole which is there here and the circular hole which is there here should be concentric with this outer cylindrical portion of this threaded shaft. It's very common sense. Then you can see the holes which are there on the support plate, these holes, there are 3 holes on the support plate like this. Okay, so these 3 holes, what is going inside those 3 holes are the pins. So pin B, you can see pin B and pin C is going through these holes. So obviously the circular hole surface should be concentric with the pin cylindrical surface. It's a very common sense thing. Okay, so what I'm telling you, I'm telling you the constraints we have to apply. So concentric constraint we have to apply for the components which are having cylindrical surfaces. Okay, so which part fits where, you have to see here in the assembly, in this assembly, and accordingly you have to assemble those components. Suppose this is the grip. So what is grip? Grip is having a circular hole in it. So where it does that circular hole goes, it goes through pin A, you can see. Okay, so pin A should be concentric with that circular hole of this grip. Also pin A should be concentric with the circular hole which is there in the arm. Okay, so this way we have to understand the things, but sometimes it happens that we do not understand how to do it. In that case, it is very easy to see the detail part C. Now if you observe carefully the circular hole, now you have to, if you don't understand anything, you have to go for details of the individual components and see for dimensions. Observe the dimensions, how the dimensions are there. So if you observe, this circular hole is having diameter how much? 0.25. So something which is 0.25 shaft or diameter, external diameter, should go inside this. So we, by observing at the assembly, we can easily understand it's a pin. Okay, the pin goes through this and pin diameter should be 0.25 mm. So which pin goes through this? So let us see this part, which pin goes through this part. So you can see this is the pin which goes through this part, which is pin A. So pin A should have external diameter as 0.25. So where is pin A? You can scroll down and you can see all dimensions of all the details are given. So pin A, search for pin A and search for that diameter. So you can see this is the pin A and this is the diameter which goes through that circular hole. Okay, now if you see the grip is having same diameter, you can see 0.312. 0.312 is the diameter. Now what goes inside this circular hole is pin A. Pin A is having this diameter 0.312 C. Listen carefully again. This diameter of the circular hole is 0.312. So what goes through this is pin A. So you can see this is the diameter which goes through this pin A, 0.312. So this is how, if you don't understand anything, this is how we have to check which part goes through which other part. Okay, or which part is coincident with other part, that we need to understand. Now here for this hinge, and this threaded shaft, a distance is mentioned here. Now this threaded shaft, the outer circular diameter is concentric, should be concentric with this circular hole into which is there in the hinge. So concentric constraint we need to apply. That means the center line of this should be matching with the center line of this hole. Okay, so this way we have to first understand which constraint we have to apply. Similarly for this handle goes through this circular hole. Okay, that means this outer surface of this handle should be concentric with the circular surface of this hole which is there in the threaded shaft. So this is how we have to observe the things and understand which constraint to apply, because in the assembly environment we have to apply some constraints so that the components gets fixed with each other. Okay. So basically here also our objective should be to get the component fully defined.